Hi all. So today let's take a look at how we can integrate NGRX state management to an micro frontend, which makes use of Angular 12 along with Webpack Module Federation. Also, we will be making use of the NX monorepo for storing our code. So since we have multiple components, first we will create the NX workspace. So for creating that, we have the command npx create nx workspace and the preset is Angular since we are like creating apps in Angular. So I am executing the command. So it is asking for the workspace name. So I am giving it as ngrx mfe and application name I am giving it as shell, which will be our host application. Style SAS. So our NX workspace has been created successfully and all the dependencies have been installed. Now let's go to our workspace and let's open VS Code. So here we can see that the NX workspace has been created and an application shell has been created. Now let's go ahead and create a micro frontend application. So we can use the ng app command and I am calling the app as mfe1. So even though I am using the ng, internally it will be making use of the nx. So it is asking whether I need the routing. So I am giving it as yes. So the new MFE application has been created. So now let's go ahead and add module federation to our application. So initially I am adding that to the shell application and I am configuring it to run on the port 5000. So I am executing the command. So the module federation has been added in our shell application. Now let's add the same in our micro frontend application. So I am changing the name and also changing the port. So I'm adding it in 3000. So the module federation has been added in both our applications. Now let's go to our Webpack configuration and check out the configurations. So since we are making use of this MFE1 as a remote application, we need to uncomment this portion. So here what we are giving is we are giving the remote name, the file name or the bundle in which the Webpack remote loader will be created, and the component or the module which we are going to expose. Similarly, we can go to our shell application and here also we can configure it. So here in the shell, we can make use of this configuration. Here in the remotes, we will be like registering all the remote modules which we will be using in our application. So now let's go ahead and add NGRX in our shell application. So NX provides a plugin for doing so. So this is the command ngg. This is the plugin, and using that we can provide the name of the state as well as the module in which we need to insert the NGRX configuration. And here I am giving the root flag since I want only a minimal configuration and I need to register it as a root state. So I am executing the command. So I am selecting it as no. So all the NGRX dependencies have been installed. And if we go to our app module within the shell, you can see that it has added a store module for root and inside that it has created as empty since I gave it as -- root. And there are a lot of things that is added here by the tool. So we can check whether all these are needed, and if it's not needed, we can remove it from our module. So since I gave the root, it has not added any reducers, actions or anything. So in the meantime, I went ahead and added some application code in the shell. So here I have added a counter folder manually, and inside that I have added the actions, reducers and selectors. So this is basically the same application which I had taken in a previous video. So it is just an adder, like it will add or subtract numbers, and I am not going into the details since I have already done a previous video. So this is the counter component. Here also, when I click the minus, it will decrement, and when I click plus, it will increment. It will be showing the result here. So now what we have to do is, like, we have created all the reducers and selectors. So we will be making use of this reducer, and we will be registering it in our app module. So here I am giving the key as counter, and I am importing this reducer. Also, I am not using the FX module in my application, so I am removing it. Now I have also added an app routing module. So here in the current application, I am planning to implement the module federation by loading a remote module. So for that purpose, I have added this routing module, and I have added two routes. One is the adder and the other one is the default. And I have also loaded all the required modules, the common module, the forms module, because these are being used within the counter component. So now I will go ahead and import the app routing module into our app module. So I have imported that. Now the errors would have gone here. Sorry, we need to add the component in our module. So in the declarations array, I am adding it. So now the HTML errors are gone, and here it is showing some lint errors. So I will go ahead and modify it in our ESLint RC and changing the prefix to app. So now that should take care of the lint errors. So now let's try running our application. In the meantime, we will modify the Webpack configuration. So here, since we plan to share the NGRX store, we need to add that in our list of libraries. If you don't do this, we will have multiple instances of the NGRX store in our application, and the micro frontend won't be working properly. Also here in the remote, we will change the port because our MFE will be running on the 3000 port. So our application is running now. Now let's go to the store, and we can see that our actions are getting dispatched and we are able to see the updates in our store. So now let's go ahead and make the same modifications to our micro frontend. So now in our MFE application, here also I have added some code. So here also we have some actions and reducers. So the one difference is that in our the shell application, we were doing addition and subtraction. So here we will be having a single action multiply by amount, and we will be passing a number and it will be multiplying the current value. So in the reducer, we have set the initial state as 1, and we have provided the key as remote count. So you can see that the state, like the states in the application, the shell application and the MF application are independent of each other. So the shell is having a key called count, and here in the MFE we have the remote count. So I have added the reducers and everything, and also we have a component for showing the result. And now what we have done is I have created a counter routing module. So you can see that if you go to the app module, here I have just defined a store module for root with empty reducers, because actually we will be consuming this MFE in our shell application. So we are not concerned about the whatever store we are defining in the app module, because we are going to consume this counter routing module in our shell. So what I have done is in the app module, I have given the empty store, and inside the counter routing module, I have added a store module dot for feature. So here I have defined our remote counter, because this will be the store we will be accessing from our shell application. So here using the remote counter key, I have added the reducer, and also here I have added a route where the path is called multiply, and I am adding the remote counter component which we saw here. So the component which does the multiplication, I have added this in our routing module so that it can be accessed from within the shell. Once we have done all this, we are importing the counter routing module in our app module. And now let's run our application and see what happens in the MFE. So I am going to serve the MFE application. So let's go to our MFE application. So it is running on port 3000. So here you can see that a store has been initialized here, and when I give some value here and multiply it, you can see that the action is getting dispatched and the store getting updated. So the only reason I added this store module for root here is that in order to run the MFE application independently, we need this. In case I remove this, I will not be able to make use of the feature. So that's why I have added this. Now let's integrate our MFE with our main application, the shell application. So for that, what we need to do is we need to update the exposed module in our webpack config, and also we need to add the ngrx store so that it can be accessed as a singleton across our MFE and the shell application. So I have added this, and also here I need to give the name. So I am exposing it as a remote module. So this will be the name which will be accessed by our shell application, and I need to give the path of our remote module. So this is our routing module. So I am copying this. So I have modified the path, and I need to restart the application. So in the meantime, we can go to our shell application, and you can ensure that our configuration is matching. So here we are pointing to 3000 port. Now in our routing module, let's add a path. So I am naming the path as remote, and I am using load children. So I have added the load children. So now I need to create a declaration file for that. So that's why the error is coming. It is not able to find the declaration. So I will add a declare.d.ts, and I am giving declare module, and I need to give the name. So MFE1 remote module. So now the error will be gone. And also in our app component, I have given the path. So when I click on the next button, it will be changing the path to remote/multiply. So our application is up. Now if we can check the Redux store, you can see that there is only a single key as of now, that's a counter. So based on the value I increment, it is changing here. Now when I press the next, actually it loads our MFE, and let's try that. So you can see that the route changed and now it is loading from our remote module. So here you can see that the remote counter which we had set in our MFE, it has actually been added to our store and the value is present here. Now let's update using multiply, and you can see that the remote counter store is getting modified. So in this way we have shared the NGRX store across multiple micro frontends, making use of a single instance of the NGRX store. So in the example which we were exploring till now, the states of the micro applications were not tightly coupled. So you earlier saw that actually the states were accessed as feature states and they were able to exist independently. Now let's try out an application in which the state of the micro apps is tightly coupled, and we will be using module federation to expose an Angular component here instead of the Angular module. So again, I'm going to create a new NX workspace. I'm giving the name as NGRX MFE and creating the shell application. So now the NX workspace has been created. Now let's go inside the workspace and let's open it. So currently only the shell application is created. Now let's add a new application, that's MFE. So our MFE application has been created. Now since I told earlier like the states of our applications will be tightly coupled, so here actually I am going to go ahead and create a library which will contain all the store related things like the reducers, actions and selectors. So I am going to create a library and naming it as data store. So if you go to our application, you can see that the MFE as well as the new library has been created. So inside our library, I have added some actions and reducers. So this is basically exactly the same code which I had used in a previous video for explaining the selectors. So this basically consists of a category of movies which will be listed on the left hand side, and when I select a particular category, the corresponding movies will be listed on the right hand side. Now let's go ahead and add module federation to our shell application. Now let's go ahead and add module federation to the MFE application. So now the module federation has been added to both our applications. And now I went ahead and added some application code into my shell application. So the shell, basically it will have an app container. So inside the app container, we will be having the app category, which is the left side pane, which will contain the list of movie categories. And on the right hand side, I am planning to load our remote module or the remote component using a dynamic loader directive. So this I had explained in detail in a video done on the module federation. So it basically loads the remote component dynamically within our application. So it internally makes use of the load remote module from the Angular Architects module federation. So this is how we can dynamically load remote modules or remote components. So in our case, it is a remote component, and I can just give the URL. So since our MFE will be running on the localhost 3000, I have given that as the URL, and also in the TS, I have given the details of the exposed component from the remote MFE. So other than that, I have added the category component, which will be showing the left-hand pane. That's a list, and the data it will be receiving from the NGRX store. So I am making use of the selectors and all the other things from our shared library. So this is the path I have defined in the tsconfig base. So it will be automatically added when we generate the library. And also manually I had added the dependencies for our application, that is the NGRX store, the DevTools, the Lodash, and typings for Lodash. Now let's run our application and see. So our application has loaded. So this is the current state of our application. It basically consists of a list of categories. That's the left-hand pane, which is residing in our shell application. And here on the right-hand side, we will be loading the module from our MFE. I had also added the store DevTools. So here you can see that it is making use of the store, and when I click a different category, that particular action is getting dispatched and the store getting updated. So now in our MFE application, similarly, I have added the code for the right-hand side, right-hand pane. And here I have added the movies component, and it is making use of the same store, like whatever selectors we have defined in the data store. I am accessing that. The details of the current selected category should be listed. So without a selected category, this page cannot exist. So for that purpose, what I have done is inside the app component, I am selecting the first position or the first category in the list. So now let's run our application and see. So currently I have not configured the module federation, the exposed component in the module federation. So we will be adding that later. Now first let us run the application independently and see. In the meantime, inside our app module for the MFE, I have added the store module.for root with the same store like the movie reducers and the categories. And also I have added the store dev tools, the same thing which I have added in our shell application as well. So our application is still building. So it has completed building. Now let us run our MFE and see. So here you can see that the details of the movies are displayed, and inside our store you can see the current selected category is the first one, that is the action. So the application is able to run independently. Now let's add module federation. So let's expose the component which we need to make use in our shell application. So it will be this movies component. So I am copying the path, and inside our webpack config, I am going to uncomment this, and I'll replace this path. And I will rename the exposed name as movies component. So just let us check in our shell application, the name which we gave matches with our MFE exposed module. So inside the shell, in the container, I had given the movies component. So the same thing we need to give here, the remote entry JS and MFE1. So everything is matching. Now one more thing we need to do, we had added our service or the library, so that we need to add here. So let's go to our tsconfig base and copy the name here. So we need to give it here. Similarly, we need to add the same thing in our shell application as well. Now we also need to share our NGRX store. So Here I'm adding a new entry and I'll rename it as NGRX store. The same thing we need to do in the MFE. So now let's restart our applications. So both our applications have now restarted. Now let's refresh our application. So now you can see that the remote module has been loaded here successfully, and both the applications are using the same instance of the store, and based on the state, like when I selected a different category, a different action is getting dispatched, and correspondingly the right hand side, the remote component is getting rendered. So we have successfully implemented the module federation and added NGRX using a single instance in both our applications. Hope you are able to get a clear understanding about how to add NGRX store and share it across multiple micro frontends. See you soon. Thank you.